In Jack Harlow's new album, Jackman, he claims a very outrageous thing, that he's the next greatest white rapper only behind Eminem. And I already got to call cap on that. Jack Harlow, don't get me wrong, is a very talented artist, but I just can't say he's on that level yet, especially having to think about who we're passing up to get there. I know a lot of people don't like Jack Harlow because they think the fact that he is white plays into a big role of his success, but to me personally, I don't think it does as much as people say. You know, I just think he has a very interesting personality that's just like very welcoming, and he's just naturally funny, which a lot of people find interesting. His music is not on the level that he thinks it is to make such a claim at all. So we're gonna go one by one, talking about every rapper that Jack Harlow is saying he's better than, but in all reality, we just can't say he is. Number one, Russ. Russ is Sicilian, but to be honest, I'm pretty sure that's white, right? So I would say Russ is better than Jack Harlow, even though Russ is a very cocky artist. If you ever heard him, he's very talented, and everything he does is very meticulous, from beat selection to just the flow and direction of his songs. And that's one thing I gotta say that Jack Harlow kind of lacks in. Everybody saw him try to get a little bit deeper on this album. In ways he showed that he hasn't mastered that skill yet as an artist of his stature should. And I think Russ passes him in this department in just like overall lyricism and the ability to get from a point A to point B in a song in a way that gets all your listeners generally on the same track as you. Number two, Lil Dicky. I know what you're thinking. Lil Dicky is like basically a joke rapper, but if you've ever seen any of his freestyles on Funk Flex, you'll know that he's extremely gifted and he's extremely intentional in the way he goes about making his songs. When something is meant to be a joke, you can tell with Lil Dicky. When something is meant to be taken seriously, you can also tell with Lil Dicky. There's a reason why he has his own show, and it's because that genius can go through so many ways. His lyricism and just ability to put words together is unmatched. Number three, Logic. I know what you're saying. Logic is not white, but he is mixed. And race has been such a big part of Logic's career, I feel like it's just impossible to leave him out this list. As we've seen Jack do intentionally many times, is to mention his race in his music, as it's a talk of discussion a lot of times by people that critique him and his music. And the same for Logic. Like, I can understand that being frustrating. Everybody knows Logic's projects. He's just a great lyricist, and he's just a great storyteller in general. For Mac Miller, I really don't think we have to discuss this. This is the first person that came to mind when I heard that bar by Jack Harlow. I was just like, how could you say you're better than Mac Miller, bro? Like, come on. Number five, Central C, and this one is just really to give a shout out to the UK. Many of you have heard his song Doja, but that's just not what his best is at all. It's just one of those things, again, that just got into the media and got spotlight on him. But he has very good songs. One of my favorite songs by Central C has to be Ungrateful, and if you ever get a chance, please check that out. That's a very good song, and it'll show you a little bit about, just in the UK, it's much more personal, and everybody over there can get from point A to point B in the song, or they're not even considered one of the better rappers in that area. There are a couple names that I didn't leave on this list just because I don't listen to their music that much. So if you think they should be on here, Machine Gun Kelly also left off because I seen him do better in rock, in what he's heading to, than I ever saw him in rap. But I understand he had to have at least some ground in that level, or he wouldn't even be worthy of getting mentioned by Eminem in like several disses. Action Bronson is another one. Lil Peep, Macklemore. NF was an honorable mention. I don't know if I'd place him above Jack Harlow. I just know that his music is pretty like aggressive. I also had to mention Lil Mabu because everybody's talking about his new song, and Lil Mabu is very talented, but obviously I wouldn't put him above Jack yet. But I think he has potential. I think Jack actually has the potential to pass most people on this list. But if anything, it shows you what he should and should not do in his career in order to be successful as he can.
I think staying away from just trying to use his race as a crutch is definitely something that will benefit him for the long run. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to see our next video. Peace.